Oh, I think Manjit, she probably had problems with her soon because she's not there anymore.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's what happened.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And Cindy, she does great channeling in the form of poetry. It's very poetic. So it is just beautiful. Okay, so let's begin with prayer. As usual, I like to begin with prayer. I call upon our higher self, our divine angelic guides, the angelic host, our guides, ascended masters, ancestors, and galactic family, and all of the beings who are assisting us today, and of course, the planets that are aligned so especially with planet Earth in this moment. Our intention here is to talk a little bit about the impact of this planetary alignment, uh, to talk about astrology, and then I will bring through whatever the information it might be from the planets, and we are simply open to receive what we need to receive from this special moment and alignment in the energies, and to send that and spread that throughout planet Earth for the highest good of all. And I ask for all of us to be clear channels of the divine. Our egos step aside and just simply receive, trust, feel the love of the mother and the father, feel surrounded by love, and trusting in our visions and in the information that we want, that we receive and that we share with each other. Might this session be done with the highest light and unconditional love for the highest good of all. And I ask the archangels of anchoring the energies to come help and assist us to anchor these energies deeply in Gaia. And I thank all of you, your presence, for being here, and all of the light spin that are here with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. So very quickly, we have Master Jesus, we have Freya, Archangel Michael, Radha, she's here working, helping us with the twin flame energy, or all soul flames energy, Green Tara, Divine Director, Kuan Yin, Archangel Muriel, Lady Venus, White Eagle, Horus. This archangel is so difficult, Lord Wind Seal, and yes, beings from Lyra and Sirius, Orion, Venus, of course. The planets are very present, those who are in alignment now, but other planets as well that are also supporting us.
Mm-hmm.
Sirius, Pleiades, Andromeda, and we have great shamans with us today. We have great shamans. Aquila is here with us today. And they are showing me other constellations that I don't know the name, but they are here. And of course, we also have, like we said, the unicorns as well. So let's begin with Bruce. So Bruce is an expert of. He really is. He's such a humble person. But what I like what he does with astrology is that he explains it in a very simple, down to earth way. Myself, I know very little to astrology, almost nothing at all. And I was resistant about this astrology because for me, I've always think, you know what? I am the master of my life. I am the creator of my reality. Regardless of the position of the stars and the planets, I do my work. I am conscious, and I try to do my best. But I thought that those who were relying too much into those things about astrology were too dependent of that, and so that was my perception. It doesn't mean that that was the truth. That was my perception. So here comes along Bruce with all this knowledge and great patience, and he knows how to teach others. He used to be a professor for a long time, many years, and he slowly began to explain me little bit by little bit of the things that he knew that I was able to understand. So Bruce, explain to us why astrology has always been seen so for so many people something weird, so difficult to understand, and how can you help us to really connect with that in a simple way, something that is useful and is far away from that idea of being codependent of the position of the planets. Because now, in this moment of the ascension, I am receiving so much guidance from my guides, and I'm seeing that everywhere too. So it's not only me who is receiving the guidance of the importance of relying on the planetary position and alignments to help and support us with our own process and with the ascension of Gaia. So, what can you say about that, Bruce?
Okay, well, thank you. And okay, I would say that I'm going to talk a little bit about the planets themselves, what we call the planets, and we include the sun and moon and good old Pluto. They'll never oust Pluto out of my list because, in fact, what's happened in the last couple of years, Pluto is vital. And I do believe that the idea of downgrading Pluto is a way of making us more asleep during the COVID narrative and stuff. So anyway, that's an editorial opinion for sure. But most people know about the signs. Okay, I'm a Taurus, or I'm an Aries, or a Leo, or Pisces. Those are the signs, and they hear about the houses, and when they see the houses, they get confused. Well, I don't know which house I'm in, and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to tell you what they are. What is what. The planets represent activity. Okay, so Venus represents a different activity than Mars, than the sun and the moon, and so on. And when Damaris kind of keyed in on 4 planets today, so I'm going to talk about those more than perhaps anything else. But you will have other questions perhaps that you want to, or observations that you want to raise, and that's fair and fine. But the planets represent activity, and the signs represent how they function. Okay, so if it functions in a sign like Capricorn, it's different than in a sign like Pisces. And when it comes to the signs, Aries starts off the year in spring as the first sign, and the order of the 12 around the circle always goes fire, and then earth, air, water. Okay, so Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, fire, earth, air, water. And then the next ones go fire, Leo, fire, earth, air, water. And that takes us from Cancer up to Scorpio. Okay. Cancer, Leo is fire. Okay. Virgo is earth. And okay. And Scorpio is water. And then we're up to Sagittarius. We've got fire, earth, air, water. Again, it always goes in that order. So there's when it comes to fire, earth, air, water, if you know anything about tarot, there's a good tie in there. Earth or pentacles, Okay, swords are air, wands are fire, and water are cups. And so there's tie in there. So people, can people can relate to the elements very easily. Talking about air, feeling dry, wanting to be near water, the emotional richness of water, and how it revives you and makes you feel complete. And fire, of course, being adequate and feeling full of spirit, and your intuition is flying and you can't wait you just want to take off. So the fire and the air are the more outgoing signs, yang, and the earth and the water are more yin. Okay, now the houses are the circumstances where things happen. So if you don't know your birth time, and let's say that you are a Leo, okay, then Leo is the fifth sign. Just imagine that your sun is in your fifth house. Even if it isn't, just say, okay, well, I like to create, I like to find creative ways of doing things. And there is sort of an unconscious spillover there anyway. It's sort of a sub theme. So you can rely on that and not have to worry. Okay, but if you actually know where your sun, moon, and all these planets are, then you say, these circumstances, I pay more attention to these sorts of things than ones where the houses are empty. The ones where the houses are empty are governed by the planet, which is somewhere else. Okay, so that's how that goes. So for example, let's say that Jupiter rules Sagittarius. You say, well, by Jupiter somewhere else, when it's touched by an aspect, another planet touching it, then it affects the house it's in, plus the house where Sagittarius is on the cusp. So you find the Sagittarian house and there's a spillover there. That's kind of how it works. So if you think of astrology, it helps you with your timing. So you may not be in the mood to journal or write down your thoughts about something, but if you get activity, say, through your third house, and you see all this activity going there, you say, you know what? Record what you see. Or let's say your ninth house and say, what laws, what conclusions did you come to you would want to codify as being a way of being for our society from here on in? And you say, well, love rules. Well, that's a ninth house type thing. You've come to a realization, and you say, well, that's a guiding principle for me. Now, I believe that wherever I am, that rules. With me so far?
Well, actually, for me, because I have almost zero knowledge on astrology, and I'm someone I'm very direct. Action. For me, when there's a lot of information like that, for me it's more difficult to understand. Okay, for example, I represent those who know nothing about that. Okay, but I do know that sometimes you tell me, Damaris, now this is a great time for you if you want to receive a specific guidance on this thing. Remember the last time you told me? And I said, Bruce, right away, I'm going outside and I'm going to ask for guidance. And I did it. I came back home. I light up a beautiful crystal grid, and the session I did was mind-blowing. I guarantee you, if Bruce hadn't told me before, this is the right moment, he didn't know anything about it. He didn't know that I had any plan. He just shared that information with me. And I followed it. Why? Because I felt with my intuition that what he was sharing was important for me to do and to bask in that energy. So how, for people like me who knows nothing about astrology, who don't search for it, how is there anything that could, because this is what I understand and what I've experienced. When you are doing something, let's say you are in whatever process you are doing this or that, if you want to advance. But when there is one of those planetary alignments that can really support you with what you are doing, is a tool to help you to get there. Is, imagine in mathematics it's like exponential. So imagine you are working with whatever you're working, manifestation, healing yourself, healing trauma, working with your family line, or you are searching for a new job, or you are searching perhaps for a relationship, or you have a problem, and you are doing your inner work with the best of your knowledge, with the best of what you have. But if in addition to that, you have this planetary alignment that is there for you, well, you know that in this specific time, you're gonna have like something extra, a push. And that's why the Ascended Master are bringing so much those messages about, the alignment and oh, this moon, this and that. So having that in perspective, I don't look for those things, but how can I do to support myself?
Well, you when you find out what areas are going to be accentuated, okay, like whether, for example, whether worldwide restrictions are going to be challenged and leadership issues. For example, today, Pluto, it's at the end of Capricorn, which is the end of one Earth sign, but it's also got very favorable connections to other planets about freeing up people's beliefs and ideas about top-down government. So this is it's a really good time, and it's a practical time, and it's basically earth and water. Okay, so the more inward, it's a good time to do inner work to prepare for to how we address those things and how we deal with the blockages and frustration. Okay, so and also if you look at the planets for right now, they're all bundled together in about 100 and was it 150 degrees I said, or something, or 120 something, or it's really, I wrote it the other day, but really bundled. So people's concentration now, like this is for everybody, when the planets are close together and bundled, it's like they're all, instead of 360, they're in a very small segment. Then it's a real time to focus in, say, well, I'm going to leave that aside. I'm going to leave this aside. I really want to clear this up. I want to know about this. I got to do some inner work on this. And this is more important than all those, tidbits that would add up to that. That's the kind of thing where you can use. Now that will be true for everybody. So if you hear Pam Gregory or some very, accomplished astrologer, Tanya Gabrielle or someone, they'll talk about, these are the tendencies that are going to affect everybody. And they'll talk about where the sun, moon, and various, they not only do planets, they do some asteroids as well, which can make it more confusing. But so they talk about what's happening, but then also if oh, I have my sun here, my moon there, my Mercury there, my Venus there, my Mars there, and it's being activated by this, then for me, I'm going to have more of a vested interest in doing something in a particular way, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to share something. I think 2 weeks ago, when I received a powerful vision by Green Tara and Kuan Yin, and there were other ascended masters, a lot of people from Venus and all that, and the Egyptians, my ancestors. And what they showed me is this planetary alignment that we have now. They literally show me that, and I was out of body. I was like in another reality, and I saw kind of like an arrow, and I saw this arrow going into these planets one by just went through completely like this, and I saw that arrow coming down on Gaia, planet Earth, and I just saw when it got in, and it was like completely. And I was there with Lady Venus. She was next to me when that arrow was going into planet Earth, and I saw when it hit the planet, it shattered like this, and I saw the grids. This is what I saw. I saw grids like a line, like he wants to show this. I don't know if you can see, it's like a grid here. Well, I saw those kind of luminous grids everywhere, and I heard, and then Lady Venus, she said, we are also bringing the beloveds together. It's the union. So there was, and today, we have a Radha Soul Flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. So there is this, with all being said, there's this big impact on relationships in all areas, but romantic relationships, a very strong impact, and recovering the soul fractals, and that also means connecting with our spirit flame or twin flame. Even if we are married, even if we are in a couple and that person is not our twin flame, it doesn't matter because we still have a twin flame. So this time is very open to those kind of communication, and it's really good to have them. So this is what Lady Venus told me. We are bringing the beloveds together. So all that separation thing is going down and people are coming together. And my human perspective, I say, but how are we gonna do that now that people cannot travel and there are so many restrictions? And she said, no, this is divine law. Nothing can stop this. This is divine law. So what I understood is like, it has nothing to do with distance. It has nothing to do with what's going on. This is divine law, and this unity is going to happen. So with all the alignment is bringing this clarity and this truth and this awareness to the whole, and people are waking up on deeper levels, and this is divine law. Nothing can stop this. So what that has to do with us light workers is because we are awake. That's what I also receive as information. Our impact is stronger than the impact of those who are still asleep. So that is why these energies are coming through us and we are spreading it. So I'm just, Cindy has her head up. Think you can share whatever you want to share.
Yeah. Cindy?
Sorry. I get a lot of messages about the planets as well too, and I personally don't understand a lot about them, but I know that they are very, very important. And the messages that I get are how everything is lining up and how everything is shifting with my mother Gaia. So the messages that I'm getting, like the last message I think I sent to Damaris, I got last night, and it has something doing about the planets as well too. My friend, she did a chart for me, and I sort of don't understand it, but I know I'm a Sag sun, and my moon is Taurus, and my rising is Taurus. And I know that we had the Taurus going on, and I was feeling the effect. So this is one thing too, is with the different planetary signs that are going on, and also with your astrological signs, they can have effect on your body as well too. And with the eclipse that we just had, there's more that is being, I'm getting a message, there's more that is being within this time to open up within this rhyme. the rhyme that it holds the truth of us. We hold and hold the wind's wisdom within, to hold and hear the echoes call as we open up the channels of all. The divine that is held within this range will move this love within this time. We open up and hear the planets as they greet us and hold us in their awareness. In awareness of who and what they say, we will communicate with them and open our ways. We open the ways to where we be, for they are here to help us succeed. For we will open up and hear thy will, for this is the time for us to be.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Very nice.
Okay, so
Very nice.
that's so wonderful. Thank you so much, Cindy, for sharing. I will share now this of Horus. Hold on a second. So I received this vision today. Actually, before our session, I was guided to go and take a nap, and I spent like more over than 2 hours outside doing the coloring, and I was just channeling the colors that I have to use, and sometimes they will show me images with it or information. So we are going to work now with Horus. We are going to work now. These are hawk feathers that a hawk just gave it to me. He literally flew over
Love
me.
it.
And remember, Cindy, when I told you this story, I was deep in prayer and I was walking outside going towards the water. And all of a sudden, I see a big bird like flying over my head. And there was a tree like literally few steps away, and the bird, to my surprise, is stopped on the tree. So I was already under the tree, and then I see, and it's a hawk, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a hawk! Like I've never seen that up close hawk, and I'm like, how am I gonna? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, can I take a picture of you? Please stay there. Can I take a picture of you? So I grab my phone and I take a picture of it, and literally the hawk is literally over my head and under him, and we are like what, maybe because the tree is kind of tall, 3 meters away from each other, but he's really literally over my head. Then what happened next, just now, that was beyond wild. The hawk, he looked at me and he begins to take feathers from him and throw the feathers at me. So I just went nuts from that moment on. I just couldn't believe, and then picture me running because we are 3 meters away, and look at the size of these feathers. They are very light and small. So I just see like he's plunk and pluck this feather, and I'm running under the tree with the hand like this, trying to catch, just seeing the feather falling down. Well, four of them.
Beautiful.
And it was the day of the last session we had, and that day Cindy came, the other 3 girls from Connecting Consciousness from Ontario that I never met before. So it was a fun thing, you know. So I put them together, and now I work with these feathers, and Horus told me that he sent me this, and I've done work with this. So now that I've shared that beautiful, because I think this story is absolutely mind-blowing. I've never heard of that before. It never happened to me before. So what he showed me is that he's going to work with our third eye on a level that has never been worked before, because we are ready. Horus heru tu suru mahaturu urstamari urtara inan estara stara. There is rat eri stara martara urstare taranda urstare istare. opening of the third eye, visualize a physical eye opening. Now, there is light coming through your third eye. Visualize this light getting inside your eye. Now, get inside of the light. You are the light. And see how this light spreads on your brain and through all of the cells of your brain. See you are the light and visualize your neurons. Or ishtakiramda ijistanandar sirin istander sistanderin istanderin indiri starindiri indiri estin in the arindi sirin the andris in the aristidi indiri in the arind urustindiri in the arindi sirin the arindiri stenander in the ariti opening all eyes munda isim bahakrim the istandiri in the activation in the rectosinandra indiri sendera akrindiri sendiri andiri statarindiri astanandra andri istirin the aratustro Indere aser indere in arautuxerin indiri uxterin actu ustenatare oh sacred geometry dirin the sin indere idri sin indere aturus indere iri aserundere itistanadre ara isin indere ostan indere aturus indere indere sturuderandaka iro ustanande akurand itakusaniri andri kustanand arandru standere indere ayustenandru uteraxindere idira ugostende urid acturistan urindi iri uxini andru xidira. Then we have the support of the Acturians, and now we're going to work on our throat chakra. In the Acturian, this is the Takari, there is under Anderson, Aren, the Serin, the Irritation. There is a woman, there is in other Akuris and Android East, Android, Stin in the East, Andara, Syrian Dars. There is in Andrus, Andras, Andris, Surundris, Andrus, Tarandrusta, Drus, Andrus, and the Inzurus, and the Urus, and the Adrus, Rundra, Andrus, Tarara, Drus, and the Ooster, Andrus, and Darasur, Andrus, and the East, and the Edits, and the with the Senator. So we are going to work with our higher heart now and visualize also fleur de lis. The lis flower is the symbol of royalty, the symbol of royalty of the divine feminine. It was the symbol of Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. Opening the petals of your higher heart. Shikanani, shikana, shikanani, shikana, 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 shikana. Shishkana, ashkana, ashkana, ishtaki, shanada, kishanada, 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 shashana, the canina, shinikta, yashinikta, oceanakiti, shishanana. Jashkanin, any to shut the canadian duty, shanakati, shanik, kichana, teacher, shanet, go at shanet, kurisha, the tiniachu, to tunic, chachitana. Tereshugnin atrukshin in Chenami, Pichena, Shena, Pakachina, Poku, Chenametakara, Chakanim Atukuchanaka to be shaking Abakatani Shinakara. So we have Akina, she's a shaman helping us. Miria Bushan and Metakur take Shumanaka, Kupita, Shumanaka, to Shamanaka, Shamanaka, Tereshkamana, Provichkamaka, Shamara, to Kashuma, Bragna, to break the Manarabich, break up, Perchumana, Perchamara, Perchumana, to Gramna, Pro, to break the which could be to Chabra to break the Chabra, to Chamana to prediction, activation of our inner temple. Irabik Shimina Aro to the Achubet, the Kramina to take a minute to Shimana, to Gravation, to go to Vision, to go to Gravity, to read to Shibra, to grow, so we are connecting with the planets that are in alignment with us now. Usta, Mordet, Worksta, Maturusta, Pukraktikashana, Wushna. And then Saturn is bringing us gifts related to Saturday. So we are given to the day Saturday a new meaning, a joyful meaning, a day of freedom, relaxation, gathering with family and friends, leisure day. Very different from what we are experiencing now, that is a day where most people work from Monday to Friday, very long hours, and on the weekends people are running, trying to do their personal things, and the time is not enough, and they have to run, and they seem to never have the time to take a really day off for themselves. So we bring this new meaning of rest, and the blue avians are here with us also, supporting with these codes. A lot of codes are coming in for us now, and I'm seeing the fairies and the crystal fairies and angels, and they are bringing the playfulness and the joy and the laughter and this feeling of leisure. Please connect with this feeling. Know that you create your own reality. And I'm seeing beautiful, it looks like a diamond, but it has really, it's rainbow color because you have a lot of colors. So they are putting that in our higher heart. And this is a gift from the planet. Ooh. Shtakruko kopiken baktura di taneturo kusimini dira korkotishin and arabok tiri one patekto. Paraktin and eroction and metorokti action with the amraturok, civility, numeratuk shiribu. Oktini aru simini arvinian aru di samarabato to Ruminaro to Rukshin and Anomi Siviria to Kurimira Pokoro Pichinadero. Polkini atrum and you made a Temiari, Namani of Vietnam, yet some name and another Pikin in a Kutirata. Near Shabin and Arkurita, Namirata, Manakutan, but you to Krishimana to the visitor of Papa, you to Kishimanada. Buria Benamina, Yodoring Nana, to them, and you should be another way to convey you to Grim Dishimana, who could be in the Maturus in India to which. But I can imagine when I can open a Coromina 80 or quotation, I will take a man, I will teach him, I will Buri Minana Mania to send many hour Nina or Tinia, Yashin and Ada Wakrian, Manana, Moni, Woody and Manana, one, and one, Mama. So I'm really seeing all of these codes all around us, especially in the upper chakras and on the back, you know, that heaviness on our shoulders of feeling stress, not having enough time of leisure time for us. And some of us are working jobs that are 60 to 60 hours sometimes a week. And in addition to that, we also do spiritual work. So we are trying to do our best to manage all of this. And as I'm talking now, there are codes that are coming through me and going through you, and visualize like these codes are permeating us and going deep into the core of Gaia. We're spreading these codes, and I see like you know, boussole in French, it's something to find the north. So you always know where the north is. That's what I'm seeing now. It's like it's always bringing us back to balance, to a balance of what we are doing, and a balance, you know, of me time. And I'm seeing this golden code from the lions too. There's so many things coming through that is just, for me on a human level, it's impossible to say everything that I'm seeing now. It is packed with energies, and I can see now how the planets, the vision that I received before of coming through, I can really clearly see, because the amount of codes, light language and energy is just coming through me and is going through you, and I cannot explain all of this. I don't even have the human words to explain. And nak maram anetaku baksteme imi mama mindi pupo tititisko Turubi mine ara mine aishta na mi ahara tukuste tutiki pokrimana takushna maastra. So planet Mars is telling me to relax, to not feel so feel the pressure about all the information that I am receiving, that I can relax, that I have the capacity to receive all of this and to then send the files to share that with others. That is all happening in a very balanced way, even though I do have access because my vision is very expanded, but not to worry about the time and the speed where these files will be shared. But actually they are very grateful, but because we are all here together receiving these files and then spreading this energy. But our main thing is just to understand and to accept that we have the capacity to receive everything we are receiving. It's so hard that I even feel my nostrils expanding. It's like inside of my nose, I just see like the pathways expanding. So thank you, Planet Mars, for that beautiful message. Questa vorba nero questa menene manetto sapia poco che ci stanne ora che tam arene no mai to meta ko so many korita takara bitishna o kubariana. So I'm seeing a combination of symbols. It goes on the vertical and the horizontal of energies, and is spreading everywhere. Just whatever visions or feelings or hunches you are receiving now, just embrace that and then spread it. Whatever you feel, spread it throughout planet Earth. Just spread it. And visualize how the rainbow ray is surrounded planet Earth completely, and it goes inside. We're gonna work with the poles, North Pole and South Poles, and visualize this rainbow codes going vertically and horizontally and spreading everywhere. Ya botara ka omanita na kun minara nya madata kun manata ku tu manara tu kure da kabri sebra tu rum na da kabri ti abida da rum na da tu di shimen abatu ros bra taram nantor ya ku shimen ne ndu bi da kara ndri budi di shimen tu kure ba da an bu kure tarmania tu shimen akro ku ti bi ka bra tu kun mi simen ara nan da i ru bi da ka jishna na da ndri man aru tu ku sibre ina aru bi bi aru ku simen arin da hey ro mi shna na dare bi kun omani yo surbayya ta kun iro abi kara te mara ta ki arab saram dar ikya ay mana iruwe barita mi saram mana ay na mara ya to probisa na mayor baran na euro te samara yar ko amner yo di samrar na me karamani ander aba yisha mani ina ina maki usbere barima anu bi samara amana inda ayo mi na mi on and I am the 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 on the on and the on and I am the on and I am in the on and I am the on me I am an on I am an on I am an on I wish Markushi. And I'm seeing the Vesica Pisces, the symbol coming together, unity, divine feminine, divine masculine, unity with our spirit flame or a spirit twin, that sacred flame that has no gender. We might connect in a gender depending of how we are feeling, but just connect with that. All right. So now we are ready to connect with Venus. So when you're ready to connect with this beautiful, if you please, if you can, if you cannot, that's okay. I have the self-love card here, is pink. And can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, that pink card, we are going to work with this now, with this energy is from Venus. I am the beloved. Mia astakush nina buruti. Sana enina wukri sima wukri. I am bringing the beauty and the love, sacred love, return of the sacred love, the sacred fire of unity. And this I urashtana arum siri iri ta istara anapur siri alturukusnene aru ustene. I am bringing the love. I am bringing the beauty and the ease of beautiful swans. And swans are known by their beauty, their grace, their poise, and their love, as they are faithful to the mate they have, and they mate with the same, and they keep it. This is an analogy of the kind of love that humanity is stepping up to, and is a love of self, a love of self unconditionally, an acceptance of self. And this love, this unconditional love, is going to irradiate in the cosmos, not only on planet Earth, but in the cosmos too. As you are all very powerful, and you will be like mirrors shining this love, so you will attract to you situations, partnerships, and couples for those who are free and want to find a partner. You will bring that to you. You will magnetize that to you, because this is divine law, and we are here helping you as support you with these codes. Even your current relationships will change. You will see a better and an easier way to communicate and to exchange with your partner. But of course, loving yourself, it also brings that those partners that are not aligned with who you are, with the version of you that you are now, they might fall away. But take courage, because what is yours, what is aligned with you, will then come. They cannot come if you're still into all patterns of relationships. So I am bringing you this code to support, to clear the relationship patterns, to help you to connect with the highest outcome for you in relationship. So now open your heart. You just have to accept it and put your hands in front of you to receive it if you desire so. And I'm having this vision of the pink aurora quartz, very light pink. This crystal, it has taken the shape of a Merkaba and it's spinning around, and this is what I received. Perhaps you received something else. That's okay. Whatever you receive is what you were needing to end with old patterns and to receive the new. Sacred geometry, and visualize the lotus flower, and Kuan Yin is also helping with this activation. Unconditional love, light codes, learning to fall in love with who you are, learning to love your body, whatever shape or form or age, bathing into love. And we are now all deep in, we are getting into a bath, a pink bath. We are getting into these waters for healing and healing self-love for humanity. So we are going to add ingredients, the ingredient of peace, the ingredient of respect, the ingredient of freedom, the ingredient of trust, the ingredient of reciprocity, the ingredient of partnership, the ingredient of equality, the ingredient of fun, the ingredient of laughter, the ingredient of luxury, the ingredient of abundance, the ingredient of higher communication, the ingredient of compassion, the ingredient of empathy, the ingredient of dreaming together. Wow, this is so beautiful. Now you will add your own ingredients. And I can see the mix of your ingredients. I can see the geometric patterns. Every ingredient is like a geometrical figure mixed with colors, and it move, like the shape, it move. It doesn't stay. It's not like a solid, you know. It change. So it is adaptable to the situation. It is adaptable, and I see flames, flames of passion. This is to give passion, as there is a lot of how can I say this? I'm seeing what they are showing, but I don't have. It's a stagnation. It's a stagnation on some couples where there's not this fire, where there's no intimacy. But through with a new way of seeing things, as intimacy is not necessarily physical, sexual relationships in the way we know them, but intimacy is a combination of things that it entails small things and bigger things, bigger experiences, but it's all combined. So and I'm seeing Mother Mary too. She is also adding her codes. The whole sisterhood of the rose is here. I'm seeing a lot of pink flowers coming into these waters. Just bathe with these energies and just feel the joy and the richness of these energies. And we are, see how these pink energies are spreading through all planet Earth. Visualize the countries. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. I've never seen such a beautiful code in my life. Okay, now we're going to work with the coloring that I did today. I'm gonna go get that. So you can have a closer look.
Yeah.
So connect with those energies. There are a lot of codes there. Zan, 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 zan. 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 And Jupiter. Zio, Mike. Press Araba Eract Tira Axara Caractus Aractus Sabaraka. Sarbeki Sibiractic Pactics and Pactanimaca Exeritac Actarec Saractec Actaric Sibaractanamactic Sebectac. Tactics with actics and mactic tactics and baractic Sibaractic Dicta Acticidactic Raptic Sibaractic Shimeratic. So he's saying that planets are unknown for humans, that we really do not know because it hasn't been teached to us, but planets have a bigger impact on Gaia, but not only on Gaia, but also in ourselves as humans, with our organs and many things. And the cause that he's bringing is to help us in the connections with our galactic family and friends. He's bringing the codes to help us to get free from the fear programs that has been installed in our consciousness to physical contact with galactic beings. And he is bringing more codes, but for this moment, he just wants to explain that to us. And he is asking us to visualize a golden, yellow, orange opal. So we are going to work with an opal. And this is going to help us to release those fear programs. So these codes are being put especially in our spine and our lower back, in that area, in our hips. And I'm seeing planet Earth be surrounded by a light language that is writing. I literally see it. So hold that energy, that inner wisdom, that is all related to unconditional love. As when we are in unconditional love, we are able to see the others with unconditional, through the love of the unconditional eyes. And it's all related. Unconditional love, we see through the eyes with unconditional love and understanding that we are all one and we are all the same, and it has nothing to do with the way we look, the shape. When we are love, we are all an expression of love, of divine love, and there is no real reason to be afraid of it, because we are love and we all come from love. And we have Cryon with us, that he wants to bring a message. Greetings, dear ones. I am Cryon from Magnetic Service. It is with great joy that I am here, seeing all of you, brave souls, with this deep desire of connection. It is time, beloveds. This grand day of connection is coming, and is coming faster of what you can think of. You are ready. Trust in the love that is in your heart. You have all come a long way. You have been prepared for eons for this moment. You have tried many times. Now is the time. You are all ready to have this kind of connections. You have advanced in communication with yourself, and you will continue to do so. You will continue to step up and to synchronize your communication skills with your heart, with the unconditional love of your heart. And that glorious day is coming. Trust that you are ready for this. Do not underestimate the value of coming together in groups like this As when you come together, you help each other, you support each other, and you are getting there. You, beloveds, sons and daughters of the sun, you are ready for this. You have desired, you have envisioned, and you have created this reality for you. Now, you are in the threshold of the door. And we are here, cheering you up, looking at you, feeling so proud of you, feeling so proud of how far you have come. Be prepared. The glorious day of reunion is here. I am crowned for the magnetic service. Da ere en etoro sa akaram an eri mustete iata. Uista ka atorom bandus in ero to ovo kosteneriti atare masterindi ia. So I want to say thank you to all of the light spin that has been here with us, to our higher self, the galactics, that have supported us and give us so much help and guidance, the angelic guides, our ancestors. I want to say thank you, the participant, and you that are listening this video now, for all of your love and the work you have done on yourself to be able to be in this position now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I invite you now to come back to the present moment, and we have been showered with so many gifts today. And it is time for integration and taking care of our physical vessels. Now, I ask you to please pray your guides, your higher self, to help your physical vessel to connect with these upgrades as our etheric bodies, our light bodies, that higher consciousness. We understand what we receive, but our physical body needs to integrate this. So please pray for the integration of this information and these codes on our physical body. And so it is. So when you're ready, you can come back.
Okay.
I'm going to stop the recording here, but we will continue to have a private chat now.